Yes, the current plan is to dive into the ruins, get Sheva and possibly Wayne up to level 5 in case we need some more people in case the bandit chieftain comes in. They know that is going to be something that will eventually happen, and we want to be prepared. Until then, I think I'll actually toss Zane in here. That's right, I can't toss him in because of Wayne. Gah.
Darn Wayne.
Always making everything worse. In that case, Billy's got point blank shot and duelist advance and things like that. Let's just toss him in there. And he's only got vertigo, that isn't too bad. Alright, so we swap him around. And let's start spending some money. That's what we're here for.
Yo, Bew.
And nobody really has that much stress to worry about, so I'm not worried about that.
Firefox and Twitch don't get along, Lorax says.
Ah, that's weird. Okay. Let's see, would it be better to make sure their weapons are upgraded, or try to upgrade their skills?
You're going to a champion dungeon, right?
No. But I will be getting there eventually.
Oh, because Wayne is level 4, right?
Right.
In that case...
Yeah, my thought is, you know, if ever we get attacked, I want to make sure that we have at least a good team to take care of them.
I would say it would depend on the character. Like, for a cultist, you'd probably want to make sure the skills are up to snuff.
Right.
You know, the debuff odds and everything. Whereas for the Hellion, you probably just want to make sure her weapons and armor are good to go.
Right. Is Abu's character? I don't believe we have Abu.
No, yeah, we don't. Yeah, we hadn't narrowed down who the... Because I think we wanted to make you Mike, who would have the mace instead of a hammer. And I thought you weren't too keen on that one, Bu. Yeah, let us know who you want to... who Bu wants to be, and we will see what we can do.
Let's see. 33 portraits... So we can't do that yet. Let's see, can we upgrade anything else? Indeed we can.
Yeah, I focused on getting the deeds last time, so we can max those out.
I'm thinking getting up to Weaponsmith 3. Or, yeah.
A sharper sword.
Definitely.
Okay.
But that should unlock the next tier of experienced recruits, too.
Should,
Which
yes.
we should have the busts for that. I do find that tier of weapons probably isn't essential, because it doesn't give you a speed increase. Yeah, it's
we could if we had one more portrait.
It's funny you mentioned Warframe. I think it was War. Was it Warhawk we had? Yeah. I think it was Warhawk, the old online action game. Oh, you wanted to be an Abomination. That was right. And I don't think we've gotten one. No, or did we? Do we still have Wesker? You can make a Wesker view if we haven't already.
Yeah. Wesker should be down here. There he is.
Aha. It's Wesker no more.
There we are.
All right. Oh, Ben was nice and muted the mic, so the
so you didn't hear the constant clacking of keys.
I would not have done so.
Because Wayne is such a jerk.
I guess we could do that next time we ever.
I don't think we need to because our roster's already full.
Oh right, are we maxed out on the roster size?
That's why I said roster full.
Well, but can we not upgrade it further? Nope. We cannot. Okay, fair enough.
You don't understand. The roster is really, really, really
it's
full.
Totally full. Remember when you make him the most skilled warrior with terrible weapons. You want to go with prioritized skills over... You know that's actually not a bad way to build abominations, especially if Ben is playing you, because he likes to use the transform more often.
So that's an extra 5 dodge, an extra couple of HP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it doesn't increase the base speed, which is a pain. It does increase the base damage, though, and I do like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I just find that the third, or I guess tier 4 weapons, you start with 1, to be pretty underwhelming. You know, it tends to not have great damage, and yeah, you don't get the speed out of it.
For now, let's just go ahead and make sure everybody has their level 3 armor.
Exactly. Especially for the frontline types that get the 7 HP instead of 5 out of it.
Right.
And everybody gets 5 dodge, which is just, that's 1 out of every 20 moves that just isn't going to hit.
Right.
That one's half a percent critical chance and half a point of damage. It's not worth it.
Right. I mean, some other people had a better thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that one's actually 1 point up on both,
Right.
and an extra 0.5%.
And if you build a Crusader to use if you have that level 1 or that rank 1 trinket, that it gives him another 3% critical chance, that can start to add up.
That's true. If Flython wants a larger roster, Flython could point us towards the text file we'd need to change. We will keep that under consideration, I think.
Yeah, considering we've already paid to max out the roster, I don't think anybody's going to care too much if we expand it. So.
Right. So he's supposed to be in the Cove, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's see.
We've already modded this game. Pray we do not mod it further.
Oh, that's right. I think I wanted to give Claire the natural eye.
Oh, yeah.
That's just good times.
Makes sense to me. Especially while he's still the apprentice tier.
All right.
More Resident Evil characters, yes. Especially as we keep trading them out for chat numbers, which is a good trend.
Yeah, that's what we should be doing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Let's see. We have
We need to,
snipers.
I guess the next antiquarian we get, we should call her Ashley, because it feels weird to consider we have an Ashley in Dark Souls 2, in Dragon's Dogma, and of course Resident Evil 4 when we play that again.
Let's see. In the ruins, we don't really have a lot that marks or stuns. I don't think.
The big guy has a AoE stun, but the chance is low.
Right.
And I don't think anybody really marks.
Let's see, that'd be minus accuracy. Yeah, we've actually got that up, so...
Abuse us with our skill in getting minions killed. Hey, now, we have not lost one in a long time.
Yeah, we've only lost, I think, 3?
Yeah, 3. 2 men-at-arms and 1... something else. And it's been a while.
Oh, do we not have any Arbalest-specific equipment? It's kind of sad.
I don't think so, yeah. We already have a feathered hat for our new musketeer, and nothing for the Arbalest.
That is kind of a shame.
Her trinkets are kind of garbage except for the bandana. So, I don't think I've ever seen the Arbalest version of the rare hat.
Let's see, and I want her to have damage. That's...
Oh, Flython wants to show us an excellent town renovation, Pitch Black mod made for Valentine's Day. Oh, you've been watching those on YouTube, Abu? Yeah. Yeah, we did lose that Man-at-Arms fairly recently, I think. Freaking spiders.
I don't think I'll need accuracy. Could just go with that.
Yeah. Arbalest I think is a good choice to put the food reduction ones if you want to do one.
That's true, yeah.
Because she doesn't really need the help. That's the thing.
Right. That's 100 damage when starving. What does that even do?
It prevents you from taking damage if you do run out of food.
Ah. Mm-hmm. So this is all good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case.
And 5 dodge, too. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Should help her out a little bit. Okay. Then we move on to this one. I know he's got one good item at least.
You would prefer us to name his character, was that Irshkin? With an uppercase I? So yeah, we can do that.
I can do that. It's over here.
Oh, yeah, I think Lorex is right. I think it was our first Mog, the Mad Cat. I think she was an Arbalest at the time.
Erskine.
Yeah, I went back and updated the videos on YouTube with annotations to skip the town part of it, to just go straight to the dungeon. And yeah, I was watching some of those earlier ones. We're still trying to figure out how to play the game, and I just want to reach back into the past and smack my old self about how, because the game's not that hard to get, and I just didn't get it very well.
Right.
I think part of it is I wanted to imagine the game was more complicated than it actually is.
Right.
Because it's not.
Yeah,
right.
It's really not.
Mm-hmm.
Stun and debuff. Whereas I don't think he has
Yeah, the Demon's Cauldron is a thing you take into boss fights to make sure the vulnerability hex and the weakening curse always go through, which I don't think you'll need that too much here.
Yeah, I wouldn't imagine so.
There aren't very many Eldritch enemies either, so it might be a good time to pop in a. If you have, we don't have the Manslayer ring. We verified that.
Right.
We have the Undead Hunter ring.
I don't believe so. Yeah, we have the Eldritch ring and I think
2 Eldritch, 1 Beast, right?
Yeah.
And we need one of those. We're gonna be here.
See, the best thing that I have is move, so I think I might go with that.
Yeah, pretty much guarantee that the Daemon's Pull goes through.
Which isn't as important for this, but still.
Right.
Then,
well, you can use it to pull the dagger guys to the front where they can't use their goblet.
Then I'm thinking this one. Increase healing.
That makes sense to me.
Okay.
If we had the Chirurgeon's Charm, I think a Cultist is a good choice for that. But
see, I don't think he has many of the melee things. Oh, he's got Open Vein and Duelist Advance.
Well, so you don't want to use Open Vein in the ruins.
Yeah. So probably... Oh, point blank shot,
Duelist
right?
point blank, right. Yeah, works for me.
Okay.
I like Wicked Slice, but it's a little tricky to use.
What is it?
It's just a damage bonus.
Oh, that one?
Yep.
Yeah. Could be useful, but... Let's see.
What does that name mean, Bu? It looks like Skulkjord.
Unfortunately, we can't fit that into the name.
Yeah, you only got, I think, like 12 or 13 characters.
Then I'll want Feather Crystal for him, I think. Got extra speed and dodge.
Darkest Dungeon is reasonably metal, but I don't think it supports umlauts, so no.
Let's see. That's not actually going to help us out too much.
Right.
Stun. Kind of like that one. Then this one. Extra HP and more damage.
That's fair. I think there's
With
probably
very few downsides.
There's probably better trinkets we could use, but
I'm the one in control, so...
all right.
Let's see. Self. We are not going to be doing that, so let's go with that.
If we do need stress restored, we can tag that back in.
Right. Okay. Looks good to me.
Yeah, might want to go up. If you're not going to be taking a paralyze or the stun trinket in, might want to go and boost the rank.
We can't afford it.
Going from 2 to 3 should be like.
Oh, you mean just increasing?
Yeah,
that?
increase the rank by 1.
Yeah.
Have better odds of it going through.
Yeah, I think we can afford that. Let's see. Yeah.
There's a thought. Let's call it Earskin Bu. We'll know who the character is, right?
The thing, I don't think we actually have the room for even that.
We do, yeah. That's fewer characters than his the chat name was completely.
That'll be close. Oh, but we do have one duplicate item that we can sell.
Okay.
This one.
Sounds good.
Here we are.
It's kind of weird what makes it some trinkets sell for the 750 and some sell for 1125. We'll go with that for now, and then we can change the name later if he wants us to.
And eventually, we'll stop renaming the character. It'll be great. Yeah, that is the prize. We'll go for it.
It's a pretty good choice.
Okay, so we'll want plenty of torches because this is medium, and we have at least one light artifact.
Yep. And I think one of them had Holy Warrior as well. Or Warrior of Light. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Billy does.
And that's the only one.
So 2 people you want to keep the lights above 75.
Which is enough to make it go.
Mm-hmm.
And 3 skeleton keys.
You might also consider having Inspiring Shout just for that, because it increases torch too.
Inspiring Shout?
Or whatever it is, the Paladin move. The
Crusader?
Yeah, Inspiring Cry. I was close. I was close that time.
I'll probably put it on later after people take a little bit of hitting or stress.
Exactly.
But I also have at least one other move that increases light, so I am not overly concerned in that regard.
I didn't think you had the light move on her. You don't have it set.
Oh. Well, regardless. Okay, anything else I should bring?
Let's see. You've got food. A couple of herbs for the Iron Maidens if you care about that, and for debuffs maybe.
Okay.
Other than that, I think that's pretty much it.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
All right, embark.
You ended up traveling fairly light, gold wise.
Yeah.
It seems like early on, I think we had over prepared a little bit and ended up throwing most of it out.
Yeah.
And that does start to add up on you.
What is the current ratio of darkness versus dungeon?
Hey, P-Bug.
Right now, P-Bug, we are pretty, we have much more dungeon than darkness.
Yeah, especially with this team, kind of want to focus on light.
And then, yeah, I was also thinking that since we have to have space in our inventory anyway. Oh, hey. Oh.
Yes.
Wayne. Oh, criminy.
It's a great thing to get hit with at the start of the dungeon. What quirk was that triggered that?
I think that was
Bloodthirsty.
yeah, bloodthirsty.
However you like.
Oof.
Wonderful.
Even the cold
Should have just left you home.
Wayne would rather be back home right now.
Yep, P-Bug, very good, then not very good. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. And they quite like your tank being unable to dodge and lose some HP too.
Right. Ah, me.
laden with
50 gold.
are often low on supplies.
At least this one shouldn't be too bad.
Man, I do not envy the adventurer that has to deal with diarrhea while wearing full plate.
Right.
Good golly.
Yeah, that'll finish it off.
Yep.
Their formation is broken. Maintain.
I guess the formation. Oh, that's a generic. I didn't use that one.
Always missing by one.
One. Zealous.
Yeah, yep.
Because it didn't finish.
Oh, there we go.
Because it didn't finish the word, I couldn't have called it the wrong name.
I like the idea that you just kind of pause. It's like zealous.
Zealous smite.
Oh boy.
Sir Wayne Doorknocker.
There we are.
There's only one way to verify if it's unclean, and that's...
Let's see. They can do the tempting goblet from any rank, right?
I think 2 to 4. I know if you pull them into rank 1, they will always stab, and I think they can do it in rank 2.
Let's see, and that can move potentially 2.
So yeah, no, granted, that will destroy the corpse, so either one you pull will end up in rank, at least rank 2.
Right.
And actually, I think it destroys the corpse first. So even if you could pull the guy in 4, it should take him to 1.
Actually, I think it moves them.
Oh yeah, moves and then
Yeah.
destroys. Okay, so what you would want to make it a guy in rank 2. Glad you remembered. Yeah.
Obliterated.
We still makes sense to verify though.
Right.
Either
Of course,
way.
that's a lot of damage.
Python confirms us a second too late that I was wrong. That is not how it works. But yeah, now we know.
Indeed.
It's interesting. It's kind of something to mull over too, whether to leave the highwayman in rank 1 so that he can always open up with a point blank shot, or to have him start in rank 2 to open up with a duelist.
I'm thinking having him
pause.
start out with the duelist advance is probably the better option.
Right.
Because he can do potentially more damage with the counters.
I think
Actually, let's just heal that bleed before he takes any.
sure. I think it was at full HP anyway, but
Oh, that's right. It's the Plague Doctor who can heal that.
yeah, yep.
And I get the anti-venom, which...
Yeah, despite the fact that there are bandages in the icon.
There we go.
There are bandages in the icon. It does not, in fact, cure bleeding.
All right, more
Only the
heirlooms.
first test. Now
Dump
it must be carried
the-
home.
That's the
Maybe the
anti-venom.
emerald.
Or the anti-venom, yeah. I don't think anything is going
Oh,
to
true.
blight us in here.
There we go. All right, on we go. We are looking
So
at quite the mess.
I do feel vindicated by Flython confirming I was right on that one. Knife in rank 1 and 2, goblet 2 to 4.
Really?
Speak now or forever hold your peace on the names of you.
Well, I would point out, B, we can't change the name right now, so
Right.
you'll just have to hold on that.
Yeah. Yeah, all jokes aside, we can only name people in the active party. Critical for 1. Ouch.
Yes. The unquenchable fire of the stars. 1 damage.
Decimated.
Yeah, once you get a couple ranks into Smite, it is no joke on hitting these guys.
Hey, beast powers.
Yay! Thanks for calling it. Thanks for calling us lovely people.
I think it applies.
How would they know they're a webcam?
Well, we have our picture on there.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, point blank shot that the pile of bones. It's gonna be like a Doom execution style thing. Just double tap on the unmoving corpse.
Bu, you are not in this team at all.
Yeah, none of these people are a bald, scarred man in chains. Of you that may come as a surprise.
I'm guessing maybe the bandages.
Yes, that's what I would drop next. Yeah.
Okay, on we go. We had no scouting whatsoever, so this could be fun.
We must not have any ruins experts here.
Probably not. Here's one of the first items.
Right. Oh, it's a gather mission, so we're gonna have a lot of. Ooh.
Yep, no items necessary.
Well, the problem is that it takes up space in our inventory.
Well, yeah.
Trinkets and baubles.
Yeah, that's why I said at the start why I didn't grab a whole lot of items or anything.
Right. See, I think that just because you come out with so much less loot in these dungeons, they should weight them higher in terms of treasure. Like, you should be more likely to get very rares and stuff like that. That's just me, anyway. Nice. That's true. Between Zealous Accusation, Bola, and Grape Shot, that's quite the coverage.
And of course, I had thrown my thing away.
Well, at least, yeah. Might as well have Wayne open it again.
Why not? Stashed loot.
A fortune. Waiting to be spent.
Well, it's something. Nothing else.
Right. Yeah, they tend to separate out the. They really tend to make you work and cover most of the level to get these to get the 3x things here.
And not the rule.
It's a lot of stress that people are giving.
Also herbs. Also herbs though. So we had those. We could have used those on the Iron Maiden after all.
Oh, I thought that was something else.
Yep. I guess the question becomes: are we going to focus on gold or?
I'm thinking more
curios,
curios.
Heirlooms.
Or I'm thinking more heirlooms.
Okay. In that case.
But yeah, we're not going to be getting a whole lot of anything anyway,
right.
So we might as well try to focus on that.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yeah, I might consider camping at the next.
Yeah, I was planning on waiting until we cleared out all of this.
Yeah.
But I think I might as well just go ahead and.
I thought I tried to save us one. We still have herbs,
yes.
But.
Oh dear.
Maybe burn a torch to get the light buffs to kick in.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Those guys actually aren't that bad. They tend to like to do the earthquake move, and it tends to not be not that severe. If you demons pull him, he will not be able to. He'll only have knife, because the guy takes compass too.
Whee! He goes down.
That'll work. I would have left him alone because he can't really do anything at that point. But.
Well, yeah, I was just worried about them being able to.
Arg. Yeah, I don't know what the percentage chance on that stun move is, but it can't be that high.
Right.
It's very rare you see it to actually kick in.
Wow, he's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Not very accurate, thankfully.
Right. Well.
The downside of having really high speed. Let's see.
Yeah, there's a thought.
Yeah, if I do that, sniper shot should kill him.
Sniper shot would also hit the guy in the front because he has the second space.
And Bew, we have no accents or anything, I don't think.
What is that? I tried to pronounce that, but I have a feeling it's Gaelic. That means my guess would be wrong.
Right.
It looks like Granil.
There we are.
Granilite or something like that, but
right where it hurts.
Ever since in, I think it was that really long-running Baldur's Gate LP, the guy brought in some mod character that is pronounced Connor, but it looked like Conchabert was how it was spelled if you were to read it literally. Like, okay, you know.
Yeah, that's a base 130.
60% chance of stun, why not? Yeah.
Just kill him faster. Is that the only move he has?
Now, he's got another one too.
Because yeah, that's the only one he's ever done to me.
I think he has different moves depending on what rank he's in, and he usually ends up in the middle or front. Well, in the back he has to do that, but I think he's got a, yeah.
There we are.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
I'll keep most of that stuff. Yeah.
And I think I might... Actually, no, I'll keep the emeralds. Okay. And I won't open that until after I use the firewood.
That was good.
Kind of a shame that I burned through so many torches, but...
Oh, scout, finally. So we can hit that room and come back, maybe.
Well, I was kind of thinking about buffing up and then hitting it.
Yeah, there's a thought.
Because that would also give us some extra room. So, that's my thought. That's what I'm going with.
Together.
I don't believe we can paste the text into this
I
view.
don't believe so. We'll check if you post it again when we get back to town, then we can go ahead and try it then.
Yeah.
But until then, let's see.
And we've been pretty good about using most of our characters too. I can't think of anybody that's been on the bench for a long time, as we bounce around between different experience tiers to level them up and everything. We will have to focus a little more seriously on the higher level guys.
Right.
Now that V-Wolf is
less stress damage is
metaphorically breathing down our necks, but
right. But so far I think we're okay.
Right. I just hope he shows up so I can get back to playing my game again. That's true. It has been a little while since we've used Lorax, right? Yeah.
I was going to use you this time, Lorax, but I actually wanted to keep you at a lower level because we still have some bosses to fight.
Yeah, I think that's part of it too, is that Lorax is a really good character, and you're about to hit the next tier.
Right, so. Whereas Wayne, we've killed all of the Ruin bosses, so that's all of our unholy people done.
Right.
Far worse without the Great Bounty in our packs. Spoken like a crusader.
Yeah, I think as long as you have 12, then that'll trigger.
We're not out of key. There we are.
Asking if that is it an evil character, the one you wanted, the Abomination. So I don't think anybody's evil per se. There's a lot of immoral characters.
Yeah, the idea is that the Abomination is cursed.
Yeah.
And the Hellion is a female barbarian who rubs filth into wounds.
Right.
So, should I go into that with full torch or no?
Yeah, I think
we'll be fine.
I think the thing you could take away from this one is that pretty much all of the characters are heroic to some degree. Some are flawed, some are anti-heroes, but I don't think there's any bad guys in there.
Arg.
Even the occultist is using the power of Cthulhu to defeat him, I guess.
Yeah, that's basically how it goes.
Right. There's apparently backstory comics. I've only read a couple of them.
Yeah, I haven't actually read any of them, and I need to do so at some point. Let's see. I wouldn't really do a whole lot of damage. Let's just hold that one forward.
Right. Yeah, we have that move pendant, and so it makes sense to want to focus on that.
And yeah, he guaranteed kills that guy.
Seriously.
So
the truth prevails.
There we are.
Nice. Yeah, the one thing I like about that team is they all have fairly low HP. So as long as the hits go through, you've pretty much got them.
And finally, I point blank shot something that isn't already a corpse. Hooray!
Well, you know what I mean.
Well, yeah. No. Yeah, you know what I mean. Let's see. Let's just go with that and try to kill him with a sniper shot.
Right.
Yep. There we are.
Oh, how's the line in Dragon's Dogma goes? There, master, walking bones.
Triumphant pride
Slightly ajar.
dizzying fall.
Lorax says...
Arg.
Lorax says he's had a weird issue where the stream's stopping, but no buffering or anything, just refreshing. Huh.
Weird.
Th
And nothing happened?
hashtag thanks Twitch, I guess.
Weird.
What did you get the trigger?
It said the character contemplates mortality.
Oh, it's
and
thanatophobia.
Oh, so...
She's already got it.
Right.
So.
It's already locked in, so I guess she was the right person to do that.
Right.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if there was another quirk or not associated with it.
Kind of a weird one to get for that, but...
Well, you get obsessed with death when you're booking around a coffin. I mean,
No, I can understand
kind of
that.
makes sense.
Contemplate your own mortality.
Right. Yep, memento mori.
A trap spawned in.
I know.
Okay.
Let's see. Oh, he's without a doubt. The character contemplates mortality. Again. Yeah, in Darkest Dungeon, that's almost a part-time hobby.
Right, right.
I say as though they're full-time hobbies. You all know what I mean. And we continue along. I do hope that we get more torches, though.
Right.
'Cause
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to need to do quite so much backtracking, and also wasn't expecting to run through them so quickly.
Right. I guess it's the game's trade-off for not cramming hunger events down your throat, as
Right.
it were.
I do think that might be the case. Buse just throwing letters into a blender and seeing what fits.
To reiterate, Gaelic. What was that? And hey, then I think it was even you that made that joke that Gaelic was the last prank that the Celts pulled on the Christians, you know, for taking them over.
Yeah, let's go with the busts instead.
Evening, Keen.
Hey, Keen.
And
Really?
but really, what?
I lit the torch and then I went back down.
Well, yeah.
Because I took the one step forward.
Because each step in uncharted territory where he takes more torchlight.
I think I'll be fine.
It's kind of a neat touch, I guess. I think the idea is that if you're exploring somewhere new,
Yeah.
the group is taking their time to check everything.
Right.
Whereas if you're backtracking, you know it's going to be more or less safe.
Sheesh.
It must be kind of like the yeah, I wonder if the guys who did this game played old school D&D. Because it reminds me of what people would do in the handful of second edition games I was in, where it's just like, okay, if the only way to find things is to read the DM's mind and just describe everywhere you look, then you explore everywhere.
Right.
You know. Why, yes, I do explore every square inch of this, 10 by 10 room. I don't care how long it takes.
Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and finish him off.
Well struck.
Completely wasting a critical, but so it goes.
Yeah, and it's not that we don't. It's not that we or our computer doesn't support accent marks. It's that I don't think Darkest Dungeon does them. We might be able to change the language in game for it, but I haven't really looked into anything like that.
Yeah, nor me neither.
Yeah, Van said you had to treat dungeons like a beautiful romantic partner, admire their every nook and cranny. Such a romantic way of putting it.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that, actually. Arg.
Oh, no sold. Did that dude have 95% move resistance? So no, 45.
Yeah, 45.
Okay. Oh, the big guy is 95.
Yeah.
Okay. When you switch back and forth, and the 9 and the 4 look fairly similar to that.
We are not talking about wizardry.
No, I actually played.
There we are.
I'm old enough to have actually played in some second edition games in the mid 90s, and yeah, that was just how things worked back then. Yeah, Python Prayer would sums it up. D&D sounds like it could be totally fun and the worst thing ever. Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes, that is exactly right.
it is. I would say both of those apply. It is totally fun and also sometimes the worst. It's another 1 hit point. 5 hit points.
Yes.
Maybe get some healing in. Well, he's got his turn up.
Yeah, that's the thing. He can really cause problems. So. As much as I would love to sandbag him, it just would not be a good idea. Oh, I got another key.
Push on to the task's end.
Oh yeah, like the second edition D&D games. I have the Beholder was first edition, I think, but yeah, there were a bunch of them.
See, I kind of want to keep portraits though.
It's why it reminds us that hey, Broops, the DM is in the room, but you only play third edition nowadays. So
I guess I might get rid of the holy water.
Wizardry 4 was called the Tomb of Horrors of CRPGs. Yeah, that was the one that you played. You played Wordna in, right? Yeah, I remember. I remember hearing that was pretty infamously difficult. Ooh, that's a lot of. It's quite the reward.
Yep.
So we'll have to drop 2 more things to make room for relics. So.
Well, we can drop food, shovels.
Yeah, one of them will be torches.
Ah, we've got a ghoul.
Back to the pit.
Yep, you play the evil wizard.
Yeah, that was that one.
Man, those maggots are fast.
Flython thinks the holy water curios to be more lucrative than Iron Maidens.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
See, the thing is, Flython, as I recall, the only thing holy water does, even in the ruins, is the urns and the altars and stuff like that. Whereas the herbs apply to both the alchemy tables and to the Iron Maidens. So it's like you have more chances to get a curio that you might actually be able to use. Whereas we haven't seen a single torch sconce or the
any altars or anything either.
Yeah, I don't think any of the holy water curios have actually come up yet. So the true ending, you needed meta knowledge of obscure Jewish mysticism. Oh my gosh.
Which means you would probably need someone like me around for it.
With the power of Kabbalah, can we finish our 80s computer game?
Oh, hey.
Nice. Oh, a very rare. Okay.
Yeah.
That will already be worth more than...
1 stack of gold at least.
Maybe junk the 3-piece of busts, because we've already got 3 stacks of them.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
I guess the next thing we dump is probably the herbs, since we're almost done. I say almost, we still got...
We've still got 2 more things to grab.
If any of us ever dated a Jewish girl, that kind of comes out of nowhere.
Oh, great. So we have to do this room battle at some point.
Right.
So I guess we might as well just get it over with.
Do we have shovels left? We do, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, and I guess after we... Yes, if we're going to be using up the shovel, we can at least skip that hallway battle.
Right. Yeah, that was kind of my thought.
Venice and date outside his religion, or the lack thereof.
Well...
At least that still gives a buff, just not as strong a one, as I recall. Yeah, exactly. Like Shin Megami Tensei with obscure Jewish mysticism. we need more games in which God is the last boss. That's just.
Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and burn all of them and go for it. So after this should be just about the last battle.
The closest thing I ever got view was ran into an Israeli girl at the mall, and this was like 5 or 6 years ago, and she flirted with me quite a bit, but that was about it. That was about There really been much for
Really?
The situation or money to get back into romance lately.
Do I want to risk it?
The chance of pull must be really high, and yet, 45% resistance.
Yeah, they shouldn't be resisting quite as often. Then again, the RNG can just be against me.
Right. As long as there is a chance it will kick in.
Right.
Like, count how many times you play XCOM and see a 90% chance it's not go through.
Gosh.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe we should get some healing in.
Obviously. There we are.
The thing, Mew, is that you can't make generalizations about a country like that. They're a little too big and complex. It's kind of like the stereotype of like French people being like horrible and rude, and people only know it because they've been to Paris or Marseille or something. It's like, yeah, city people can be rude. That's how it is.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm rolling really poorly for
Right.
For that.
It's just too big and complex, like him. I'm with Flython.
Arg.
We're too busy trying to romance Ninja Mom to deal with. Yeah, in the Rune Factory 4 LP, I think one of the Goonettes mentioned.
I have a chance of getting 14 off of this.
One of the Goonettes mentioned liking one of the moms at the bathhouse. Turns out that 4 kind of does something similar, although it's with a ditzy Chinese mom instead of ninja mom. But it turns out he actually does have a husband
There
in the
we go.
game, unlike Shino, which apparently doesn't.
Okay.
It's okay, B. I'm just messing with you. It just whenever some people like make sweeping generalizations of Group X, they personally usually have a good reason for it. But it's still funny just making something that broad and sweeping a comparison. It's like you're talking about millions and millions of people.
Right. Okay, we've got a crate.
That's a good trace to have. An upfront about their problems.
Yeah, I can't afford to grab more portraits, so on we go.
Right. Oh, could have dropped that stack of 25 gold.
Yeah, but we do have a lot more curios to
True.
go.
Yeah, they're like that, in fact.
Yep. That was kind of my thought.
Man, they made you go all the way through to the end of the dungeon, basically, to get...
Yeah, you
their
basically
relics
had to
now.
go through both ends.
So that means that last room is going to be where the third one is.
Yes.
I wish they didn't reuse the quest and curios.
Well, I mean,
Like,
you just have to run your cursor over it.
Yeah, true.
so-
I guess it is a curio, you know.
Right. Okay. See, his chance is 60%. That's not going to work. Some of us like abrasive.
Yeah, yeah. Ven is repping the Demon Doctor
Arg.
in Awakened Fate. Speaking of, Awakened Fate has some good news for you all. You remember the doom and gloom last Sunday for Alan Wake. It turns out I was able to get the complicated system of ropes, pulleys, and cables of getting the PS3 output again. So I have to wait for a cable to come in, but we should actually be able to resume PS3 streaming in a couple weeks probably. Things have been pretty bad in the life of Wayne, but at least some things have turned around.
If only treasure could staunch the flow of...
It doesn't matter what. Well, I guess you'd probably be dumping the food next. Yeah.
Yeah, once I get into this room, I'll be dropping that.
Good news, P-Bug says in quotes.
Yep, Flython, no, you didn't actually miss Deerfest.
Yeah, I think you all were right. The 1 week time skip was when Deerfest happened, so we all missed it.
Perhaps next year.
There's always next year, Vince. Yeah, pretty much called it.
All right, and that's last for inquiry.
Yeah, Lorax, it may be a couple weeks. I will be ordering the cable, but you never know when those things go through.
Let's go ahead and grab that last curio. See what it is.
Sure. It's something. Nope, it was not.
It is nothing. Oh, well.
Yep.
Quest complete.
The abbot will be grateful.
Yeah, thank you.
Remnants of his faith have been restored.
Yeah, I knew Lorax wouldn't have forgiven us if we had to wait too much longer to see the conclusion of Jupiel and everything.
Of anime waifu. All right.
And level 5.
Not the one I was hoping would hit level 5, however.
Well, I'm like, what, 1 XP short?
Winded.
Front rotator on Manuel.
Wait a minute. So he's winded with his last gasp. Good job, Billy.
That is hilarious.
Oh, torn rotator again. Hemophilia. Fair enough.
Ane and Neb.
Take advantage of this.
All Saints Day.
Ooh, everything's free.
Oh, neat.
So we can, yeah, and actually we can send send Manuel in there, you know,